There are some problems and challenges existing in Chinese outward FDI, which are embodied in its execution. We'll conclude this lecture by looking at some of these challenges that has faced China's OFDI this past recent years and some development areas to further strengthen its growth. In recent years, the overseas asset allocation by Chinese people has been in full swing, whether it is from improving the living environment, improving the quality of life, future education, or career planning and development, expanding business platform, enjoying superior welfare treatment, overseas investment, or as a new trend. It is gradually being favored by high net worth individuals and as an important part of the global all-round asset allocation field. It is increasingly showing that it is a unique and forward-looking new trend. However, the lack of new driving force in the global economy has intensified the problem of unbalanced development and income distribution, and the new challenges brought about by new technologies, new industries, and new business formats have become prominent. Unilateralism and protectionism have risen, geopolitical tensions have risen, and the international multilateral order has been seriously challenged. Coupled with the outbreak of the new epidemic this year, China's overseas investment is facing great challenges. In 2020, the coronavirus pandemic affected the global economy. This led to a decline in economic growth expectations, increasing serious geopolitical conflicts, and the rise of populism. The pace of overseas M&A investment of Chinese enterprises have further slowed down. Also, in 2020, China faced patterns of anti-globalization in which conflicts of values have become more and more intense. Let's take a look at some of the main problems. The threshold of investment access is high. First, there are relatively few total investments, small scale firms, and slow intensification level in Chinese outward FDI. On one hand, the scopes of the main investors are on the small side, most of which are primarily middle-sized and small-sized enterprises. On the other hand, the amount of investment capital is too small. Presently, Chinese TNCs are basically independent with each other, and they don't have many networks of capital or technology connection. Thus, the increase in scale of Chinese TNCs abroad totally is not at the same pace with the increase of TNCs number. Chinese TNCs could hardly ever gain advantage of scale because of the small size of firms. It's difficult for them to take advanced technology, equipment, and have quality ultimate services to gain more economic benefits. Thus, it will lead to a vicious cycle which will restrict Chinese TNC's competitiveness. 2. The investor structures are limited. Second, the investment structures are not reasonable. One is the unreasonable regional structure in Chinese outward FDI. Although Chinese outward investment spreads in more than 160 countries or area, and most of them are quite concentrated in a few countries, which results to be competitive with themselves in some areas, where there are lots of intensive investments. At the same time, there are relatively few investments in some developing countries. The other one, reasonable industrial structures, which are embodied in the overinvestment in manufacturing industry, construction, etc. But there are insufficient investments in high technology industries such as IT and biology. There is not enough competitive core technology. Chinese firms don't have sufficient competitive core technologies, which is a key factor to decide whether a firm can succeed in competing with other rivals in the market. However, currently, most of Chinese firms are at the stage of importing advanced technology from other countries. They still couldn't act as a counterweight to their rivals, especially in some crucial technologies. As a whole, Chinese firms don't have advantages in technology and couldn't match the market's requirements in some industries. In order to further develop the expansion of Chinese OFDIs, here are a few suggestions that might potentially help. For one thing, efforts should be made in expanding the scales of Chinese firms in outward investments. One of the ways to achieve this goal is to raise production enterprises with scale of economics by controlling the enterprise's property rights, such as collaboration, joint stock, joint adventure, etc. Another way is to collaborate with big TNCs from other countries, by which huge capitals and advanced technology might be used to speed up Chinese firms' development in order to increase their investments abroad. At the same time, collaborations between firms within China should be encouraged, which can resolve problems of average small scales of Chinese firms. Thus, competitiveness might be gained by Chinese firms as well as successful rate of outward investments might be increased. For another, regional investment distribution and industrial investment structures should be chosen reasonably. Currently, Chinese TNCs should take a strategy of making sure that the main investment areas are in Asian Pacific region. Keep investing in European and American markets and exploit Eastern European, Latin American, and African markets. Regarding to the industries chosen, some points should be focused on. One is that investment is high. Technology industry for learning enterprises should be enhanced in order to learn more knowledge from developed countries. Another point is investments in developing countries. This should be mainly concentrated on manufacturing industry, by which they can provide competitive products with good quality and low price in markets there. Lastly, Chinese firms should exploit and develop more investments in real estate and finance, which can be helpful for improvement of Chinese domestic markets. Moreover, Chinese TNCs should engage their internal management and cultivate more people with high skills in international management and special skills. Currently, the total level of management of Chinese firms abroad is still quite low, which should be enhanced as soon as possible in order to survive and develop in foreign markets. They can improve this through exploiting and cultivating talent people in international management, as well as providing training to the employees to make sure they can fit the requirements of internationalization. Finally, government policies in outward FDI are key factors for promoting Chinese outward FDI, which include law making in investment abroad, total strategy making, such as how to choose target markets, target industries, etc. Necessary services providing, like foreign-related agencies, establishment of risk pooling systems, and introducing more flexible financial policies, and so on. As the occurring of global financial economic crisis in 2007, the global economies entered into a knee point, which provides an opportunity of adjustment of investment structures and investment capital, as well as an opportunity of global capital distribution for Chinese TNCs. However, the precondition is to resolve all the basic problems of Chinese investment abroad. Therefore, Chinese outward FDI will provide a better service for Chinese economic development. However, there are ways that China can seize opportunities in the area of investment in the coming future. The direction of global overseas investment is also accelerating the restructuring process. The new model led by science and technology will provide more development opportunities for China's technological progress and industrial renewal. Therefore, it must open its horizons and prudently judge and choose its future global overseas investment strategy. In the process of economic globalization, it is a strategic choice for enterprises to carry out foreign investment and take the road of international development. It is an indisputable fact that Chinese enterprises started their overseas investment late and faced various challenges. Although the effect of the pandemic will cause a slowdown in domestic rates of economic growth rate, the central bank and the Ministry of Finance and other departments have issued a series of policies and measures to increase support for enterprises and to maintain the stability of the financial market. At the same time, China is basically taking the lead in getting rid of the haze of the epidemic situation and achieved economic recovery ahead of other countries and region. It can be seen that China's foreign investments may rebound this year, and Chinese enterprises should timely grasp the opportunities of overseas investments. To further get ready for future opportunities, Chinese companies should 1. Grasp the rare window period of investment and carefully choose the direction of regional investment. In today's world, economic globalization is facing severe challenges, but on the other hand, it creates good opportunities for Chinese enterprises to accelerate the process of internationalization. Through the trade protection policy, the United States guides overseas American enterprises to withdraw back to its mainland and guides overseas funds to return home. At this time, China's capital will become one of the important sources of foreign investments in many countries. Chinese enterprises should grasp this rare window period of investment, rationally optimize the investment layout, and carefully select overseas investment areas and fields according to their own development strategy and external market demand. To continue to pay attention to the One Belt, One Road project and investment opportunities in those countries. In the future, the importance of Asia as a regional economy will gradually increase, and countries within the region will continue to be the most important destination for Chinese enterprises' overseas mergers and acquisitions. Chinese enterprises will be able to focus on investment opportunities in the Asian region, Japan, South Korea, and India, and expand the scale of investment in relevant countries. Seize the investment opportunities brought by the era of scientific and technological innovation. In 2021, Chinese enterprises should follow the trend, focus on and invest in cutting-edge science and technology fields, and target overseas mergers and acquisition investment for advanced technology companies in the field of artificial intelligence, biotechnology, and blockchain, so as to solve the problems of their own supply chain optimization, scientific and technological concept optimization, and product quality improvement. Thank you very much.